You just hit your first plateau, huh? Yeah, I know, I get it. We've all been there. You know, you start lifting, start going to the gym consistently, you're making all kinds of progress, and all of a sudden, boom, you plateau. You hit like this sticking point, and nothing that you do is working. You feel like you're putting more and more weights on every week. You look in the mirror, you like what you're seeing more and more, and then all of a sudden you're not making any more progress. I know, I understand. Well, I'm gonna give you my 3 tips that I've personally done to break through my own plateaus. First of all, not even included in the tips, you gotta stay consistent. Don't get discouraged and don't let it break you, all right? It's gonna happen and it's gonna end. It's like writer's block when you're writing music, all right? It's gonna end. You just have to stay consistent and keep trying because something will work and you will break through this wall. Tip number 1 is that you're not tracking anything. You're not tracking your nutrition and you're not tracking your lifts in the gym. First of all, I'll start with nutrition because nutrition is very important. You have to track your nutrition. If you're trying to get stronger, you're trying to get bigger, you have to eat more calories than you need to maintain. So, how do you do that? What I do, I use MyFitnessPal. I know a lot of people use MyFitnessPal. What you do in MyFitnessPal is you put in your weight, your height, and your activity goals, also and your sex. That's gonna tell you, it's gonna put it into the system, calculate it up, put it through the algorithm, and then spit something out for you based on what you said you're trying to do. Say you want to gain weight. Say you're 185, you want to get to 195. You put that into MyFitnessPal and it'll tell you you need 3,500 calories, 200 grams of protein, and however many fats and carbs. That's very important because your body needs carbs, fats, and proteins for energy and muscle building, all right? So those are the things that you're gonna need to actually know. You gotta know how much you're getting because most people don't realize that they're not getting enough protein or they're not getting enough calories. It's easy. It's pretty easy to like not get into, say you're trying to get to 3,400 calories every day. It's very easy to think that you ate a lot and still have only eaten 2,200 calories. Also, another thing that's easy to happen is that it's also very easy to overeat. If you're not eating clean, you're not eating things that are very nutrient dense, it's very easy to overeat because you'll be hungrier and a lot of those things tend to have a lot more calories but aren't very filling. Second, for this first point, that you need to track your lifts. And tracking your lifts is very important because of progressive overload. Everybody talks about progressive overload, but this is why. Your body needs to adapt to new stimulus in order to change, right? So if you're going and you're lifting 135 on the bench press for 12 to 15 reps every week, you're not gonna make any changes because the stimulus is the same, right? So what you need to do is you need to download, it looks like a dumbbell, it's called Strong. How about I give you a little demonstration? So you come into this app and it tells you everything you need to know. You have some templates in case you don't know what to do in the gym, you can follow these templates and boom, you got a full workout. But what you also can do, you can start your own empty workouts. You can add exercises and say, if we're looking at my incline barbell bench press and I'm going for reps or rep range of 12 to 15, it'll show you what you did last week so that you can base that on what you're gonna do this week, right? So if we look at mine, I did 95 pounds for 15 reps. What you're gonna do this week is you're gonna up that just a little bit, all right? You're gonna up it by about 5-10 pounds, maybe, just whatever it is, so that you're progressively overloading your body and that your muscles have a new stimulus to adapt to. You're not gonna make any gains just doing the same thing every week. You gotta do a little bit more and a little bit more, unless you're just trying to maintain. If you just wanna maintain, whatever, do the same thing. But most people I know are either trying to gain muscle or lose fat. All right, second tip. You're probably not pushing hard enough. This goes to the progressive overload, but it's a bit more micro level, right? So every time you go in the gym, you need to be pushing your body very hard. Like I said, new stimulus creates change. So when you're going and you're just pushing that 12 reps, say you put 135 on flat bench and you're just pushing, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you just re-rack the weight and you're good. You didn't push yourself very hard, so your body has no no reason to adapt to the change, because you already have all the muscle that you needed to do that. So why would it make more muscle? It doesn't need it. Your body needs to have a reason to gain the muscle. So you need to push a little bit harder and get a little bit closer to failure. And those last couple reps should be pretty hard, all right? You should be really struggling to get those last few reps up in your sets, because that is gonna provide an obstacle that your body needs to overcome scientifically. Your body needs to overcome that obstacle by adapting. Third and final tip is that you're probably not sleeping enough. And I'll tell you why sleeping is important, because when you sleep, that's when your growth hormone spikes. All right, you have much higher levels of growth hormone when you sleep. It doesn't matter if you're deep sleep, doesn't matter if you're napping, you need to sleep, because that's when your body's getting stronger. Your body's building muscles and it's healing itself. It's healing those muscle fibers that you tore when you were going a little bit harder, almost reaching failure. That's when your body is repairing those muscles and getting a little bit bigger, is when you're sleeping. And most people don't sleep enough. But I know that most people, probably a majority of people, don't get enough sleep at night. And I know I don't a lot of times, because I track via my Apple Watch. But not everybody has an Apple Watch or has the ability to track how much they're sleeping. You just need to make sure you're allotting enough time to get that sleep in, so that your body can raise those growth hormone levels and start building that muscle. You're not gonna build a lot of muscle when you're awake all night, scroll on Instagram, social media, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. You're not gonna build muscle doing that. You're gonna build muscle when you sleep, and that includes naps. So if you need to take a nap in the middle of the day and you got some time, take that nap, because every little bit counts in helping you progress just a little bit further. So those are my 3 tips. So if you got any value out of this video, I would just appreciate a like. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy, it's free. Also, if you like what I do, you like what we're doing here, and you like the message that I am broadcasting to you guys, please subscribe, leave a comment. Let's build a little community. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna go.